Hey everyone, it's Daniel Brother Barbaris. In this next video, we'll be creating some applications and packages. Let's get started. So first things first, we're going to click, then right click on application, create application. We're going to click on manually specify the application information. Next, name, we're going to type 7-zip x64. Our publisher is Igor Pavlov and software version 24.09. Date published will be today. Next, for our keywords, we'll use zip, compress, and unzip. Place those there. Since we have 7-zip installed on our CM server, we can actually use the icon for that. So we'll copy this, paste, open. There it is. Click OK, and you'll see the icon. Next, click on Add. We're going to call this a script installer. Click Next. So we'll grab from here for the name. There we go. Choose your language. There we go. United States for me. Next, our content location. We're going to grab our share 7-zip folder, our installer, paste that, and our uninstall. There we are. Click Next. We're going to add a clause for whether it's installed or not. And what we're going to do is we're going to verify in the registry under HKey local machine, software, Microsoft Windows, current version, uninstall 7-zip. We're going to validate the display version. Okay, so we can type display version. The data type is a string, and we want to make sure that it equals 24.09. Okay, click OK. Next, installation behavior, install for system, whether or not a user is logged on. Next, 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 and next. Then close. We'll click Next here. Next. Give that a moment. Shouldn't take too long. And close. Now we're going to right-click 7-zip here. We'll say Distribute Content. Next. Next. On our drop-down, distribution point, CM Lab. OK. Next. Next. And close. Now what we'll do is we'll right-click. We'll say Deploy. Browse. Go to Device Collections in the drop-down. All desktop and server clients, click OK, and we're just going to make this available. Okay, there's our distribution point, and we'll click Close. Okay, we're going to make that available for all of our machines on our domain. Okay, so now we'll create a Notepad++ application. So create application, do the same thing, manually specify, next, Notepad++ x64. Publisher is Don Ho. 8.7.8 is the version. Date published. Next, we'll grab these keywords here. Paste. Browse. We're going to give ourselves an icon, which, because Notepad++ is installed on here, we'll also get that icon. So there we are. Click Next. Click Add. In the drop-down, Script Installer, same thing. Grab Notepad++ x64 Script Installer. Select. We're going to go down to our language. There we are. OK. Next, our Notepad++ folder on our share. Okay. The installation is also a // and the uninstall, same thing. Okay. Just like that. Next, add our clause, registry, Hive, HKey local machine. Here's our key. Value will be display version as well. Okay, and the data type is a string, and that will be 8.7.8. Just like that. Okay. We'll click Next. Install for system. Whether or not a user is logged in. Next, 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 and close. Next, next, and we'll come back to distribute the content. Give that a few moments. There we go. Click close. Right click. Distribute content. Next, next, add distribution point. Okay. And close. Now we're going to right click on this, click deploy. Under collections, browse, drop down device collections, all desktop and server clients, click OK. Next, next. There we go. And close. Now we're going to create our Google Chrome application. And what we'll do is we'll click automatically detects this is an MSI. Okay. We're going to grab our link here. Paste, open, next, give that a moment. There it goes. Next, and we'll fill in the gaps. x64, publisher is Google, version is 134.0.6998.178. Okay. Click next, next, give that a moment. We'll click close right here. So click, then right click, properties. We'll click on date published. Okay. Click on the Software Center tab. Grab our keywords. There we go. Paste those there. Browse. We're going to use the MSI exec executables icon. Click open. Okay. There we go. Okay. Give that just a moment, and there we go. Now we're going to click deployment type set here at the bottom. We're going to right click, properties. I'm going to change the name just a tad. We're going to add that x64. Okay. Then under languages, we're going to go down to our language. Okay. Just like that. Click OK. And now we'll go up here and distribute content. Next, next. Under our distribution point, OK. Next, next, and close. Now what we'll do is we'll deploy it. Browse, go to our device collections, all desktop and server clients. OK. Next, next. As you can see, install available. And we can go all the way to the back and close. Now we're going to add a PowerShell 7 package. So you're going to go to Packages, right click, Create Package. Okay, we're going to call this PowerShell 7 x64, manufacturer, Microsoft Corporation, language EN/US, version 7.5.0. This package contains source files. Browse. We're going to put that as our PowerShell 7 in our share. Click OK. Next. Standard program. Next. We can highlight this here, PowerShell 7 x64 standard program. Now for the command line, if you go here, it will show you exactly how to install with all of the parameters. Okay, right here, you can see add Explorer context menu, add file context menu, enable PS remoting, register the manifest. Okay, it's all there. So I've copied that for you. It's right here. So we're going to use this as our command line to install. Our startup folder for that installation is going to be also in our share under PowerShell 7. Okay, we're going to run, program can run whether or not a user is logged on. Next, 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 and close. We're going to click, then right click on PowerShell 7, Properties. Our architecture, we're going to choose x64, and then we'll choose our language in the drop down. Okay. Browse for an icon. Since we have PowerShell 7 installed on all our machines, we can use its icon. Open. Okay. There we go. Click OK. Whoop. Sorry about that. Wrong OK. Data source tab. Here we go. Enable binary differential replication. Then click OK. Now we're going to click the Program tab here down at the bottom. We're going to right click Properties. We're going to go to Advanced, and we're going to allow this program to be installed from the install package task sequence without being deployed. So select that, go to the Windows installer, import, choose our PowerShell 7.5.0 just like that, and OK. Now what we'll do is we'll right click, distribute content, next, add, distribution point, CM lab, and close. Now we're going to create a remote server administration tools package with that KB that we downloaded. So here we go. This will be able to be installed on both Windows 10 and Windows 11. So we'll call this Remote Server Administration Tools x64. Microsoft Corporation is the manufacturer. EN-US 1.1 is the version. This package contains source files. Browse, and it's in our RSAT tools folder under our share. OK. Next, standard program. Next, we'll call this RSAT, the KB number x64 standard program. Our command line is here. We're going to use the Windows Update Services. There we go. Okay. Our startup folder is that same RSAT tools folder. We're going to say whether or not a user is logged on. Next, 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 and close. We're going to click, then right click that, Properties. We choose x64, look for our language, English United States for me. And then what we'll do is we'll browse for an icon. We're going to use that same MSI exec icon. OK, there it is. Go to Data Source, Enable Binary Differential Replication, and click OK. Now we're going to click this, go down to the bottom here, Programs, and right-click, Properties. Go to the Advanced tab, and the same thing, allow this program to be installed from the install packages. Click OK. Right-click, Distribute Content. Next, add our distribution point. OK, next, next, and close. All right. And now what we're going to do is create a few of our own packages with our scripts that we created earlier in the videos, like the workstation settings, server settings, power profile, etc. Okay. So right-click, create package. Name is going to be deployment scripts. Manufacturer CM Lab. Language EN-US. Version is 1.0. This package contains source files, and it's in our scripts directory. Paste. OK. Next. Do not create a program. Next. Next. And close. We're going to right-click that. Properties. x64. Choose our language. Okay. Browse for an icon. There we go. Open. OK. There's our icon there. Go to the Data Source tab. Enable Binary Differential Replication. Click OK. Right-click deployment scripts. Distribute content. Next. Add our distribution point. next, next, and close. Now we're going to create our BG Info workstation. So create package, call this BG Info X64 workstation. Mark Rosinovich is our manufacturer. Language is ENUS. Version is 4.33. This package contains source files. It's our BG Info Packages workstation folder. OK. Next, do not create a program. Next, next, close. Now what we'll do is we'll right click on that, properties. Architecture is x64. We're going to go down to our language, data source, enable binary differential replication. Click OK. Right click, distribute content. Next, add our distribution point. OK. Next, next, and close. Now we're going to create our BG Infoverse server. Okay. So create package. Call this BG Info X64-server. Same person, Mark Rosinovich. ENUS. Version is 4.33. Package contains source folders, source files. There's our source folder. Next, do not create a program. Next, next, close. We're going to right click on that. Properties, x64, language, choose your language. There we go. Browse, we'll use our MSI exec icon. There we are. Enable binary differential replication. Click OK. And right click, distribute content. Next, add our distribution point. Next, next, and close. Now what we're going to do is we're going to open up File Explorer from the taskbar. This PC, go to H, Share, go all the way down to VMware Workstation. And we're going to look for our ISO for our VMware tools. I'm going to shift right click on that, 7-zip, and click Extract Files because we're going to create a package to install the VMware tools on any VMs that we do deploy. Okay, so there we go. Everything is good. Close File Explorer. Now I'll click on Packages, Create Package. This one's going to be a VMware Tools X64. We'll say Broadcom is our manufacturer, 12.5.1. Oh, that's our language. There we go. This package contains source files, browse, and of course, that folder we just extracted to. Click OK. Next, standard program. Next, we'll call it VMware Tools X64 standard program. Command line is setup.exe/s/very quiet no prompts. There we go. Our startup folder here, copy, paste that there. Whether or not a user is logged in. Next, 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 and close. We'll click, then right click on that, click Properties. Architecture is x64. Choose your language. There we are. Our icon, we're going to use the VMware Tools icon. There we go. Perfect. Data source, enable binary differential replication. Click OK. Now we'll click this, click the icon here at the bottom. Properties. We're going to go to the Advanced tab. Allow this program to be installed for the install packages. Click OK. And right-click VMware Tools, distribute content. Next, choose our distribution point. OK. And close. And that's it. We've created all the packages we need for when we're deploying our machines. And I'll see you in the next video.